Hi everyone, we are back again with the incredible Peppa Pig collection series. So let's see which book are we reading today. George's Friend. Peppa and her friends are having lots of fun at the playgroup today. Peppa is on the roundabout with Susie Sheep and Danny Dog. George is playing in the sandpit with Mummy Pig. Rebecca Rabbit and her little brother Richard Rabbit arrive. Richard has brought his toy dinosaur.
Hello everyone, says Rebecca. Please, can I play on the roundabout too?
Hop on, Rebecca, says Daddy Pig.
Let's go really fast, says Rebecca.
Richard wants to go on the roundabout with his big sister. Peppa sighs.
If Richard gets on, it means we can't go fast.
Richard, perhaps you'd like to play with George instead, says Mummy Rabbit.
No,
says Richard. George has a dinosaur just like yours, says Mummy Rabbit. Let's go and see. Richard is the same age as George, and they both love dinosaurs. Richard wanted to see George's dinosaur, says Mummy Rabbit.
Grrr, dinosaur,
roars George. George and Richard both giggle. George, can Richard play with your dinosaur? asks Mummy Pig.
No,
says George. Richard, can George play with your dinosaur? asks Mummy Pig.
No,
says Richard. George and Richard do not want to share their dinosaurs. Uh-oh. But do you think, children, is it good to share or is it bad to share? Of course, it is good to share with your friends, isn't it? Mummy Rabbit gives both dinosaurs to George. George laughs and Richard starts to cry. Then Mummy Pig gives both dinosaurs to Richard. Richard laughs and George starts to cry. George and Richard always cry when they play together, says Peppa. Can you two big girls teach them how to play together? asks Mummy Rabbit. Peppa and Rebecca take George and Richard to the sandpit. The girls show their brothers how to make sandcastles. George used his spade to squash Richard's sandcastle. Richard cries. Whee! Richard uses his spade to squash George's sandcastle. George cries. Whee! This game has not gone very well. George, what's your favorite thing in the whole playground? asks Mummy Pig.
seesaw,
shouts George. George sits on one end of the seesaw, but it needs someone on the other end. Richard wants to play on the seesaw too. Mummy Rabbit lifts Richard on the seesaw. George and Richard go up and down on the seesaw. George and Richard are playing together. Cheers, Peppa! George likes Richard and Richard likes George. George and Richard like playing together. Hee 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 hee. Hee 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 hee. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you all next time with another read aloud.